Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Uh, let's talk about Andrey Santos. That's the 18-year-old central midfielder playing for. Actually, he's not just playing. He's the captain of Brazil's under 20 national team at 18 years old. Guys, before I continue, please show your boy some love and subscribe to my channel. Let's move forward. Andre, Santos. If you all recall, he's probably one of the players that got lost in the shuffle of all the 300 to 600 million pounds worth of players being bought in because he's only 18 years old, and I believe he only cost about 12 million pounds. So, which is chicken feed when you compare it to the likes of Enzo's 105 million pounds. So yeah. So and of course he's just 18. So he kind of went under the radar for a minute. However, his displays in the ongoing under 20 tournament qualification, I believe is what it is, in South America, has really just made news. The young man plays, as I mentioned, he's played as a six. In other words, he's played in the holding midfield role, and he's played in as an eight, which is more like a box to box type role, and apparently he's even played as an attacking midfielder. So he can do it all. Obviously, this is at the underage level, but based on what he has done so far, midfielder, he's the second highest goal scorer with 5 goals from 6 games, only behind his teammate, the striker rookie, who has 6 goals from 6 games. So yeah, that's massive. And again, the young man at 18 wearing the armband for his team shows maturity and leadership. So however, the fact that you sign a player doesn't mean that the player automatically gets to, wear that blue shirt and start pinging passes at, Stamford Bridge. First there's this thing called this small issues, small paperwork called the work, permit, and you all even saw that with our man Enzo, 105 million pound deal, but he had to sweat it through. Eventually, his work permit paperwork came through in time for him to play uh, in the Fulham game. Well, with Andre, Santos, his own situation is a little bit different because work permit takes into consideration the player's level, right? The player's talent level, and they judge that by a whole variety of issues. But one of the ways that they judge it for one of the main criteria that they use to judge it, to discern um, as to whether they should award the permit to foreigners is the number of caps that they have for their senior national team. So under 20 caps don't count, right? So it's, like you'd have to. I know there's some rule. I don't know the entire rule offhand. Is something that, like, you had to play like 70 or 75% or so, like a relatively high number, 75 or 80 percent of your country's last games played over like the last 12 months or something. This basically it's actually like a hard and fast rule. Is pretty straightforward. You are a top New Zealand player. Well, if you are you playing for the Brazilian national team? And if the answer is yes, well, I mean, you just played one, you just got one cap, and that was it. Well, then that you're not gonna get the permit. You need to be like on the national team, at the senior level. So, um, so for that reason, summarily, Andrey Santos does not qualify for a work permit. However, there's an exception. So there are exceptions that are made for exceptional talents, right? So like for instance, give you a classic example. I'm not sure if that happened, what the rules are in Spain or whatnot. But let's say Messi, for instance, Messi at 18 years old, played in the under 20 World Cup. This is not even the South America under 20 World Cup, and was voted as the best player. He won the Golden Ball, obviously, and then on top of that, Argentina actually won that under 20 World Cup. Now that is a scenario where the candidates would have a fairly decent shot. Even at that, it's not a guarantee, right? But they'll have a fairly decent shot of being awarded the work permit, notwithstanding that, let's say at 18, he didn't have the requisite caps that he needed for automatic work permit approval. So these are the issues. These are the obstacles facing Chelsea trying to obtain a work permit for Andrey Santos, and as one might expect, Chelsea is pushing hard, trying to make whatever case that they can make on his behalf, see if they can get him this work permit. But if I was a betting man, and I would say that he's probably not gonna get it, right? Because I mean, think about it. The whole idea, the motivation behind a work permit is that you don't just want to allow kids from another country to come in, right, and just all of a sudden stop playing, and then guess who ends up on the bench? Mason Mount and Gallagher, right? So for you to do that, in other words, bring these kids in at the expense of the kids in their home country, you have to show that there's something extra that these kids are going to bring to the table, right? Um, that would allow them to begin to play right away, without having to show that they're one of the top players in their country by being on the national team, right? So that's the whole argument for the work permit. And so for that reason, I mean, I feel like it's an uphill task for Andre Santos to be granted a work permit, just even following his current displays for Brazil under 20 team. However, so the plan B, right, is for him to go back on that loan. So let's say they weren't able to, succeed. That's plan A. Well, then the plan B is for him to go on loan, and the really plan B part of the plan B is to send in, like, I believe the a contract he has that Chelsea have with his prior club, because remember he's our player now. So the understanding, the contractual understanding Chelsea has with Vasco is that Vasco apparently has priority to retain Andre Santos on loan if he doesn't get a work permit. However, Um, Andrew obviously may or may not decide to veto that because apparently um, the South American clubs are about to begin their Copa Libertadores. Copa Libertadores. I hope I said that right. So that's like the South Americans equivalent of European Champions League, and games played in for any club that participate in that tournament in South America actually counts. It either counts or it goes a long way towards helping the player get a work permit. So the ideal plan B would likely see Chelsea loaning out Andrey Santos to another club, to a club that's involved in the Copa Libertadores. Okay, and we hope that we hope that would help out to at least get him, if not this season, get him a work permit to join Chelsea at the start of next season. Guys, how do you all feel about the prospects of Andrey Santos joining Chelsea and getting that massive work permit? Please like this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Take care. God bless you all. Peace.